and welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about a painting about relationships. And I'm talking about human relationships, okay? Not about color relationships. So this is about telling a story. Did you know that you're a storyteller? Yes, you are. Even when you think you have no story, well, that's your story. But anyway, you're a storyteller. From the very beginning of time, drawing on the cave walls, you're telling a story. What's going on? So we're working with humans on this one. So whether you're doing a single figure, just one figure, one of my carrots, I'm going to show you how to do that one quickly. Just a carrot figure or two carrots together. When you have one, it's kind of a regal, maybe a lonely story, but it's maybe I'm a king, I'm a leader, whatever. But when you have two together, well, now we have a different kind of a story, and a kind of a deeper story, maybe even. So what are they doing? Making some action, not just standing there, but give it some action. Even if you're just having one, give it some action. One figure with her nice flowing dress. It's one of our models in our classes here. So we only had like 2 minutes to do it. So get that action going into the drawing. So now we have some figures, whether you're doing, again, the Rembrandt technique or just the carrots. Now we're going to get into colors. That's where we get to play with different kinds of color. There's your color wheel, mostly reddish, pinkish, focal point. You can't miss it. That's how that color wheel works when we're working with just the figures. Whether you're doing negative shape or just the carrots or the Rembrandt lighting, dark, light, dark, light. There's your carrots. But somehow you just said, oh, no, they're figures. We've been doing figures. You don't have to see all of them. Somehow you see some of the figures and you know what's going on here. I call this my oxytocin series. I just love all that kind of stuff. Words that mean something, titles that mean something. Here's another one. And it means hugging more than 15 seconds. That kind of energy. Here we're having some action here. We're going back into the action figures again. Always telling a story. Telling a story. It's your story, and you're good enough right now to tell your story. Don't worry about techniques. Don't worry about the human figures. Don't worry about anatomically correct or anything. You tell your story the best way you can. Let me show you some quick little practices that I do to tell my story. So if you have been watching some of the previous BobBlasts about me doing figures, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing it here, but real quickly here, what we're going to do is what I call my carrot people. And my carrot people, basically, it's just a dot for the head, push down hard on the brush, and boom, boom, done. Long legs. There's your shadow. Let's do it again. Then you do another one. Just a tiny head. There you go, another one. Let's do another one. One right after another. Push down hard. There's your torso. Skinny legs. Here we come down there. So there's your carrot people, real quickly. You do a whole page of them practicing. They're fun to do, actually. Now I'm going to do the Rembrandt. That's the Rembrandt one up there, where basically it's the top part is lit. Top part of the figure is lit. You've just done a whole bunch of carrots, so we know how to do that now. And the background is dark. And let's give them an arm. We make it all up. That's the best part. You make the head too big too, so I'm making the head smaller. See, much better, smaller. And then the legs. And softening this, And softening the background. And you do a whole lot of these. Okay, that's what I call the Rembrandt lighting. Don't forget to anchor them with some type of a shadow. And that's just black and white. There you go. Now bring in some water, just water. Just water there. Nice. And softening the background with just water. Just water. And that's that part. So that's the two basic techniques I use in putting together figures. Either the carrots and or the Rembrandt. Why do it this way? Because now it's easy for me to know where I'm going to be putting my lights. There's some lights. There's bringing some yellows in here, make it really fun. You know, down here now it's going to be dark. I basically have the red, yellow, blue out. Let's give them some blue. See, the whole thing starts to come together now. And some skin, there we go. There's some of my carrot people who've turned into circus people now. So we still have the dark to light, and down here it's dark to light up this direction. All right, good. Now, let me work on a much bigger piece for you. Now that we see how I do those two kinds of figures, now let's give them some action. Okay, now we're doing action into them and adding color and a little bit of a story. Why are these two people sitting here on the, they're best friends, that's why. Why are these two over here? There's your carrot. And why is this one over here in another room? Why? There's always a story, and then there's always the wall, right? So we have this is the Rembrandt, right? Dark, light, that kind of a thing. And then two over here, it's all backlit, which gives me a great opportunity to do the carrot. So that's another whole little story right there. The why am I doing that? There's some relationship. I'm also looking at the negative space, by the way, too. This is all dark, of course, which brings this one out. And this is all lit from behind, so to speak, and which puts them way back there. So different sizes. They don't always have to be so huge. Much smaller here. There's more of an abstract piece of just 2 or 3 different colors right there. Boom. But the graphic design, it's really small. 2 carrots together. There's your why. But I do like this, and of the people being together and telling their story. Let me show you how I get into mine. Here's one I've already started. 2 people. It's 2 people. I like to do this series of this powerful lady series in front of a red sofa, and there's always somebody else behind the sofa. There's a story here, but I want to make even another story. More intriguing, I think, is I'm going to put somebody back here. The first thing I'm going to do is take the color marigold. Marigold is a transparent yellow orangish color. And I have some here. This is Holbein marigold. I love this color. And completely change all of this. Just take that color and put it over the whole thing. It also pulls the whole color together, the whole painting together. It's transparent, very strong. Completely changes everything in here. But I don't lose it because it's transparent. I love that. And I'm doing it with a paper towel because it's quicker for this demo. There we go. Now it's like it's glowing at this point. Now I'm going to get some of this opera, luminous opera. It's also a transparent Holbein color. And I'm going to put it on the red sofa. It really pulls that out. See? Phew! Oh gosh. Put some up into her hair here. Now, how do we bring in that other figure? Well, I'm taking my white, which makes everything opaque. And I'm going to do some negative shape painting, just like I had just shown you. And then we'll put another figure up here. Same level. Whoa. Let's see how this goes. Connecting. Relationship. Whoa, there's something going on here, folks. See, so I haven't done anything different as being concerned about anatomically correct people. No. You're kind of putting those pieces together. There's your carrot. There we go. Again, a relationship. I think the head's too big. There we go. Yeah. Now, I don't know who came first. This guy or this guy, or the boyfriend. She's moving into another boyfriend. I don't know where that story came from. But there's a story there, right? And he's coming out of the light into her life. There's your story, there's your relationship. If there's light coming there, that means there's going to be light on this side of her. There's your light. That's nice. Making the head smaller still. There. Much smaller. There we go. Whoa. And just a little bit over here. There's a nice relationship right there. Pulls it all together. So all the action is going on up in here. You almost don't even see this. So that's what I mean by relationships, is the negative shape as well as the positive. It has to do with the composition. That's mostly the composition is the cruciform, right? And I'm going to make this shoulder up a little higher. Yeah, better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Much better. His arms reaching out to her. All right, I kind of like that. See, a little bit better. So I always look at the negative shape. That's another way of doing it. Not just the positive. There's your negative shape, and tells an interesting story. So that's the beginning of another series about relationship in the painting itself, and also the story that you're telling. Remember, you are a storyteller, so tell your story your way, and you're good enough. Hey, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next BobBlast.